Good morning, this is Steve Williams. I'm here in Sin City live with IPC at the 2016 IPC Apex Exposition. We're opening the show this morning with Anaya, Vardya, CEO of American Standard Circuits. Good morning, Anaya.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So, Anaya, it seems like every time I pick up any industry newsprint, I see some article about American Standard. Is that a planned strategy, or you guys just have a whole bunch of things going on right now?
So Steve, to be honest with you, we have a whole bunch of things going on. So, one of our key strategies has actually been diversity and flexibility and ease of doing business. And what we're trying to do is to really expand our product mix. So we do simple LED boards, RF circuits, RF hybrids, we do metal back boards, and then we're doing flex and rigid flex. And one of the things that we've seen is our metal back business and our flex and rigid flex business growing over the last year. We've also invested a lot of capital, so a lot of what you're seeing is press releases about the fact that we've invested about $1.5 million in capital in the last 12 months, so which is pretty significant for a company our size.
Sure. What have you bought recently, and why did you buy that equipment?
So Steve, recently, what we've done in terms of investments, I would say, is we've really have three prongs. We're investing in equipment, obviously. We're also investing in software to make it easier to run our business, and then we're also investing in people. So we really have a three-pronged investment strategy right now. Some of the latest pieces of equipment that we've invested in, some of the big ticket items, we just started up a brand new LDI from Orbotech in the fourth quarter of last year. We're yet on the process of ramping that up, but it significantly enabled us to produce better parts, improve quality, reduce costs. In addition to that, we also recently, basically this weekend, we've installed a new Plurotech X-ray drill machine, so we will be ramping that up as we get into the second quarter, which I think will really help us from our registration and our modeling and control depth drilling, some of the things that we're doing, but will take us to the next step.
So a lot of that is more process improvement or technology development that you're adding this equipment for?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're also actually going to be improving our via fill technology, so we've also made an investment in a MOS 300 horizontal via filler, which has vacuum with it. And again, with a lot of densification that's going on, we see the requirements for via fill really skyrocketing, and our existing via fill processes is struggling to keep up with it. So we anticipate to have that piece of equipment in the second quarter of this year. So there's a lot of things that we invested in last year that we're yet working on getting installed and ramped up in our facility.
Excellent, excellent. I've seen a lot of board shops. I've seen literally 1,000 board shops, and I've seen your shop recently a number of times. You guys are building probably some of the most sophisticated stuff that's out there. What kind of technology do you see as setting you apart from your competition?
I think one of the things that really sets us apart from our competition is the breadth of products that we manufacture. Our goal is really to be a technology provider to a diverse base of customers, essentially.
Okay.
And we've got customers from LED customers all the way to customers in medical, defense and aerospace, and automotive. So what we've seen growth in a lot lately is our rigid flex business. I would tell you that in the last couple of years, we've probably done, 30, 40, 50 new part numbers. We've done a significant amount of those just in the last few months.
Okay.
So we are significantly ramping not only in terms of volume, but also in terms of number of part numbers in the rigid flex space. The other space that we also see a lot of variety of product is in our RF microwave space.
Okay.
So we're seeing a lot of different kinds of boards. We're seeing cavity boards, we're seeing hybrid constructions, we're seeing metal back boards. So that's another place where we are growing right now.
Okay. Now there's a bit of a risk in that model also, right? Because a lot of these things are science projects, and you don't know what your yield's going to be until you actually build it, right? So you've made the decision that you're going to put that effort in to develop that for your customers?
Yes, exactly, Steve. So we have definitely made the decision to do that, but what we do is we really focus on a diversified product mix. So while we have the super complex stuff in the facility, we also have some relatively simple stuff in the factory. So we have, simple single-sided, double-sided, 4-layer boards also running in our facility. These are boards that could either be military ITAR or people are looking for quick turns and they can't get it from China fast enough.
Sure.
So what we are really focused on is, again, a diversified mix. So we're able to enable the science projects going through the facility while we also have some simple stuff.
Okay. I've personally worked with a number of the folks you've got working for you now, and I mean, compared to the billion-dollar board shops, you've got some of the best technical experts working for you. How did you attract them, and how do you keep them at ASC?
So I think a big part of attracting them is creating the environment of a nimble company that's very customer focused, that wants to be easy to do business with. And I think we really let our technical people interact with the customers. So very recently, we've just redone our website. And part of our website, we've actually put on experts for different technologies. And our customers or potential customers have the ability to directly contact these experts to ask them their questions, to maybe look at some of the interviews they've done, some of the frequently asked questions. So we're really trying to increase the level of involvement between our people and our customers, and I think that really helps with retention.
Getting that direct contact between your technical people and your clients' technical people are probably really key to your business.
Absolutely, yes. It's been very, very beneficial. So this way you don't have a bunch of middle people trying to do the communication. We basically said, you know what, if you're a technical engineer and you want to contact one of our engineers, here you go, here's our list of people, here's the experts for the different categories of products.
Sure. So you serve a lot of markets. Tell us a little bit about your quality system and what certifications you've got, any plans for the future.
Sure. So Steve, right now we're currently ISO 9001-2008 certified.
Okay.
We're also MIL PRF 31032 certified, which we've had for many, many years.
Okay.
And we recently actually increased our MIL certification to also include hydrocarbon materials. So that's a lot of the Rogers materials are covered in that category of MIL certification. Currently, our big focus is getting AS 9100 certified. And then subsequent to that, we're going to go for NADCAP certification.
Okay.
One of the things is, we're using these quality systems and these quality certifications not just to get the certification, but actually using it as a tool to improve our business. Going through the AS 9100 process, we've put in a lot of systems and processes in place that have significantly improved our business compared to where it was a year ago last year.
Sure, and that's smart, because the mistake a lot of companies make is just using it as a marketing tool and not using it to drive improvement in their business.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. So we want to really do both. Our primary interest is to drive improvement in our business, and then secondarily, we obviously want to use it as a marketing tool.
Sure. Do you guys ever say no to a customer request on a technology that's extremely challenging, or how do you make that decision?
Yeah, so yes, we do. We absolutely do say no to customers, but we try to really say yes. We look at opportunities, different kinds of opportunities, and we evaluate what it's going to take to build it in the factory.
Okay.
Again, we're also, when we get into the so-called science projects or the R&D projects, one of the things we want to know is who is the end customer? You know, what is the long-term potential? Because sometimes what happens is we tend to use these as loss leaders. You tend to use this as a relationship opportunity with a new customer, and a lot of times some customers it makes sense for, some customers it doesn't. Right now we're actually working on a very interesting project where somebody wants different copper heights on their inner layers. Now typically you see this in outer layers where, in a lot of RF circuits you see where people want plated and unplated areas on their outer layer traces for signal integrity purposes. But what I haven't seen yet is somebody needing it for on their inner layers. And we have a new opportunity with a customer that we're currently working on. And it was kind of an interesting concept, and we're actually in partnership with them where they're doing part of the processing and we're doing part of the processing. So it's yet to be seen how it all works out, but it's one of our most recent R&D projects that we've picked up.
Well, that's interesting. It's got to challenge your team a lot of times.
Yes, it does, but it also keeps them very sharp.
Absolutely. So what are your short-term plans for the company? Where do you see yourself growing in the next 5 to 8 years?
So what we see doing is we see continued growth. I mean, we've consistently grown for the last 6 years, and we continue to plan growing. But, you know, part of what we're doing is it's all about diversity. It's about the different product mixes. It's about doing domestic and offshore. Currently, a very small percentage of our work is actually done offshore, but that's again one of the opportunities that we're working on, is working with some of our customers to deliver them goods with offshore pricing. So we recently hired a salesperson that's actually focused on trying to build that part of our business model. We actually have feet on the ground in China, so as opposed to just being a broker, we're a real value-add supplier to our customers, where we have feet on the street in China, and then we're able to support it with engineering and customer service out in North America.
Okay.
In addition to that, we also see a significant amount of growth in the flex, rigid flex environment. I mean, we just see a lot of new designs coming on, and not that many suppliers that are capable of doing it. So that's another place where we see a lot of opportunity going forward.
Okay. Now, you personally, and also ASC, is very active in the industry and the IPC. What do you think our business's biggest challenges right now today?
I think one of the biggest challenges in our business is in North America, the market has been shrinking for many years, and we see a lot of consolidation in the supply base right now. So for example, you see the McDermott, Entone, OMG as an example. So there's a lot of consolidation going on. I think the biggest thing that I'm concerned about is how are our suppliers going to support us going forward, especially if the marketplace continues to shrink. I think that's a big concern for us going forward. I think the other concern is the fact that we don't have a lot of youngsters coming into this industry.
Right.
So we're actually currently working very aggressively on trying to do engineering interns with engineers to see if we can attract some talent for the future.
Yeah, we could do a whole interview on a talent gap, right, for our industry.
Absolutely.
Well, Anaya, thanks for speaking with us today. Any final thoughts you want to leave us with?
No, I think we're poised to grow. We're really focused on diversity, flexibility, and ease of doing business with our customers.
And how can customers find you, your website?
Our website is www.asc-i.com. It's just been recently revved, and we really look forward to you checking out our new website.
Well, Nate, thanks for spending the time with us. I know you got a busy schedule this week, and this is Steve Williams again, live with IPC. Thanks for watching.